I just got done the hardest workouts I've ever done in my life in a very small setting. It was about 65 hours that I did 5 different workouts. So what are the workouts? What actually happened? I'm going to talk about that right now. What is good, YouTube? My name is Rossmann. You are watching CrossFit. So I participated in the individual CrossFit Quarterfinals a couple weeks back, and the first workout that I was doing was one I was actually looking forward to. The first workout of the series of 5 tests, 3 rounds of 10 strict handstand push-ups, 10 dumbbell hang power cleans, and 50 double unders. After you're done with that, you rest 1 minute. It's a forced 1 minute rest. And then afterwards, you have 3 rounds of 10 kipping handstand push-ups, 10 dumbbell shoulder overhead, and 50 double unders. The time cap for this workout was 10 minutes, meaning it's a short sprint. You have to go get it. This workout was really cool. I personally really love handstand push-ups, especially strict handstand push-ups. I'm actually pretty good at. So I was pretty stoked about this, but the worst part of this entire workout was the dumbbell shoulder to overhead. My shoulders were starting to fatigue so much more after doing 30 strict handstand push-ups and then having to do 10 kipping handstand push-ups. Those shoulder overhead felt like 100 pounds. I mean, that was insane. They were both only 50 pounds, but man, did they feel heavy. And I actually had a couple no reps just because it was super hard for me to lock out. And that was definitely the hardest part of that workout. After I got done with it, I actually felt similar to 21.1, which was double unders and wall walks. Your shoulders are just gassed. On the same day of Thursday night, I actually did the 4 rep max front squat, which was technically test number 4, but I did it second. We had 20 minutes to establish a 4 rep max front squat. The last time I maxed out my front squat was probably a year to a year and a half ago-ish. It was 255 pounds. Now that was pretty much the only thing I had to go off of it, so I didn't really know how to structure this workout. And one of the coaches, Sam, and then my judge, Alan, we actually talked a little bit more strategy during it to see what I should go up to, what I should try and hit. I did 2 sets of 2 at 190, and then I went up to 210 for 2 reps as well. And then from there, based off that, we decided to start my set of 4 at 225. And 225 felt really, really hard. The reason it felt so challenging was I actually held my breath from re-racking it to going down and then coming up. So I was holding my breath for a very long time on that first rep, and I normally don't do that, but I just wasn't thinking. And so when I got done with that full set of 4, I felt very lightheaded. Like, I felt like I was gonna pass out. It might not look like it because when I got done, Sam and Ellen were like, dang, that looked great. And I was like, that felt horrible. I really felt like I was gonna pass out, and it really was just that breathing mishap on my part of just holding my breath for too long of a period of time. Now, based off that, I was really nervous for my next set of 4. So from 225, I only went up 10 pounds to 235. And that one, I really made sure that I actually braced myself, re-racked, and then exhaled and inhaled, so I wasn't holding my breath for the whole period of time. And by getting a little bit more focused with my breath on that second set, 235 felt great. That felt solid, super dope, and I was not feeling fainty at all after that. Now, with this being said, I had one more final attempt to hit, and so for the final one, we hit it out, and this was like the coolest feeling ever. Like, seriously, I was so freaking jacked up. I've never done 4 reps at 250. I've only hit 1 at 255. So this was a huge PR for me, and that was the biggest win of this workout, and the reason also why this workout was my favorite, because I hit a PR and I had a lot of fun, and I really appreciated kind of the talking, the strategy with the weights with Sam and Alan, and then having Aaron and April kind of in the back cheering me on. That was just super fun. And I just really loved the tempo of that workout. On the following Friday at 12 o'clock p.m., I took on test number 2. The test number 2 workout was 60 GHD sit-ups, 6 rope climbs, 60 pistols. Then it goes 50 GHD sit-ups, 5 rope climbs, 50 pistols, 40 GHD sit-ups, 4 rope climbs, 40 pistols, 30 GHD sit-ups, 3 rope climbs, 30 pistols. At our gym, we didn't have a GHD sit-up, so I actually had to go out and buy one ahead of time, and then Alan and I actually set it up just a little bit ago. So I actually had 0 practice working on GHD sit-ups, and it was about 3 months since my last GHD sit-up. So I was actually really nervous about it, but I was actually kind of excited too, because I love rope climbs, really love rope climbs, and pistol squats I'm actually pretty solid at, and I was just like, yeah, I think I can do all this. Now, there's a 20-minute cap on this, and I had no idea how to pace it because I didn't really know how long it would take me to go through this. I've never done 60 GHD sit-ups in one session, and it has been about 3 months since I did a GHD sit-up. So I was honestly nervous at how well it would feel, and originally I'd planned to do sets of 10. But when I actually started off, I started doing sets of 15 because it actually felt a little bit better than I thought it would, which is pretty dope. The GHD sit-ups did go better. However, the weirdest thing happened. When I went up to do my first rope climb, I was trying to bring my legs up to as high as I can, and I couldn't barely do it. I mean, it was really hard, and I did not really understand how much those GHD sit-ups would fatigue my core. When I did my rope climbs, it was so hard for me to use my abs to lift my legs high. That was the hardest part of the workout by far, was trying to get as high as I could with each rope climb. And I normally can do a 15-foot rope climb in about 2 wraps. So basically I jump up, wrap, and go all the way back up, and I'm like at the top basically. And for this workout, I started having to do like 3 or 4 wraps towards the end because of how shot my abs were. Like, it wrecked me. Those GHD sit-ups got super hard. The pistols weren't actually that bad. I definitely noticed that my left leg was better at my right leg. And so, but in hindsight now, looking back on it, I easily could have went faster on my pistols. I was slowing myself down because I honestly thought I had all the time in the world. And it was funny because at the 15-minute mark, somebody called out and said, "You have 5 minutes left, Tyler." And I'm like, what? I feel like I've been doing this for like 5 minutes. Like, seriously, time flew by in this workout, and I was gabberflasted at how fast it was actually going. And it just was because those sets of GHD sit-ups are so long, and the sets of pistols are so long that it actually takes a significant amount of time just to get through them. So that workout was definitely a ton of fun to do. I left there feeling definitely way muscularly fatigued more than anything. My heart rate wasn't jacked up, anything like that, but it was super fun because I had a lot more people come out to the gym to support me, and I just was really appreciative of that.
3, 2, 1, stop!
Now, this is when things started going downhill. I started noticing soreness about 2 hours after that workout, and I did do an ice bath and really try to work on my recovery as best I can. However, it really started hitting me hard. The following day when I woke up, it was a nightmare.
Ooh, it's nice and warm. So, it's the morning after the giant GHD sit-up workout, and my body is really feeling it. I feel like somebody whacked my stomach with a stick repeatedly, and then once they got physically tired of hitting me with the stick in the stomach, they started whacking my legs, like my hip flexors and my quads. I feel really beat up.
It was so bad for me that it hurt just to stand. And when I breathed and expanded, my abs hurt. That's when you know things are not that great.
The wall ball rowing workout is today, and I was really feeling good about it. And now I'm like, oh frick, it's gonna be hard.
So on the third day, that Saturday, I was gonna take on the next workout, the next test, which was 120 wall balls and 120 calories on the Concept 2 row erg. I was not at all wanting to do this workout. Straight up, I had zero motivation, and I was like, I just want to rest. I do not want to do anything, and I especially don't want to push myself and do 120 wall balls. But the crazy thing about this workout was the wall balls were actually a lot better than I thought they were gonna go. So in 120 wall balls, my strategy going into this workout was do sets of 10 and do them every 30 seconds. So if you do that pace, you're gonna get done in 6 minutes. Now, I actually stuck with that and was actually a little bit ahead of time. So it took me around 5.5 minutes to 5:40 to get done with the wall balls. So I was super jacked up with that. They actually went by a lot better than I thought they would go. Now, the hardest part of this workout was by far the rowing, because every time I rowed, I hurt so much in my abs. It just felt like I would pull and somebody would hit me, and I would pull and somebody would hit me, and I would pull and somebody would hit me. And this went on the entirety of the row. It just got worse and worse as time continued. I was rowing really slow because of this, going at about a 950 calorie an hour pace until like the last like 20, 30, and then I pumped it up to like 1100, and that was like the last little bit that I had. But it was so hard, and because of those wall balls, my wall ball legs were super fatigued. I could not feel my butt on the seat, and I felt like I had no leg drive. Like I felt like it was all arms. It was so hard, and at one point I'm like yelling at Shane, my judge, because I'm like, I can't use my legs, because I literally started going numb in my butt, and my legs just started cramping up, and I just felt like I couldn't go. Like I felt like my legs couldn't move well at all. It was super amazing to have so many people cheering me on and really going at it. So that was one of the most excruciating rows I've ever had. And I've never thought I'd love wall balls more than that. So basically we get done with that workout. I do another ice bath, and I'm trying to recover as best I can. I do a ton of mobility. I do a ton of soft tissue work, and it just is like, I'm trying to do what I can, but my body is not used to this amount of volume in such a short amount of time, because again, I started Thursday night at 5 p.m. and it's Saturday at 10 o'clock. Like that's not a ton of time to get through everything. And I had one workout after this, and the final workout, the final test was 963 of 185 pound snatch and 30-inch burpee box jump overs. 30-inch burpee box jump overs is honestly not that big of an issue to me. The biggest issue of this workout was 185 pound snatch. My max PR in a snatch is 195. So 185 is so close to my max snatch. Additionally, at this point, my body was wrecked. So today's the final day of competition. Got here early to work out. Sunday, my body's beat up, banged up. Really feel my midline like a lot, like it hurts to touch. So needless to say, I am ready to get this done. Like mentally, I'm ready to get this done and take a nap. Started having all those mental doubts like, oh, the snatch is 185, you're probably not even gonna get one, and it's gonna be so hard, and you're just gonna be standing there looking at the barbell the whole time for the 7 minutes. And I just was like having all these doubts and negative thoughts going into the workout, and I just was like, oh my gosh, why am I here? And so my confidence at this point was so low. Like I was really low. Some people still came and supported me, and I was just like, you know what, let's just finish strong, do as best as I can, and go out with a bang. I started warming up my snatch, and honestly, it felt really good until I got to 175. I missed 175, and when I missed 175, I was really like, oh, that took my confidence even lower, because I was like, frick, this is 175 and I just missed it. I'm like, I have to do 10 pounds heavier in a workout, and I'm like, can I do that? And then you're like, am I strong enough? Am I gonna be able to lift this? And all these thoughts start rushing back in my head, and I'm like, oh, Lord Pete. So we go 3, 2, 1, go. And I have 7-minute time cap, and I'm like, you know what, just get as much as you can do, at least get one. I was like, just get one. And so I started off, and I miss, and I miss, and I miss, and I miss. And I'm just like getting hard on myself all the time. But then I start, Shane taught me to try to catch a little bit higher, because I started losing it in the catch. And so what I did was I tried power snatching it. And then I got one, and I was like, oh, I got one. And at that point I knew there was a switch I went off, and I was like, I can hit this. If I just hit one, I can hit another one. And I proved myself to get rid of all those negative thoughts and all those things, and just tried my best to see what else. And so at that point, I definitely still miss a few repetitions. But then I hit another one. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And that pumped me up and got my spirit back together. And we ended up hitting 5 snatches at 185 in 7 minutes. And through all this, I just was like, we did it. And it was kind of fun because I didn't do any burpee box jump overs, obviously. So I did a few at the end just for fun, because I was like, you know what? I want to try it. I want to try out 30-inch burpee box jump over, and I want to just do it for fun. It was such an exciting moment for me just to do this. It was super amazing to have this opportunity to compete. It was super fun seeing even fitter competitors than me do the workouts because I just admire so many people, especially my friend Gunnar Regan, who's really put his heart and soul in his training, and super proud of him and all he's accomplished. And all my other friends too, because I have a lot of other friends from my former gym and other people that I know from other places of the US. And it's exciting for me to see them do it as well and to be and compete alongside them. I mean, it's just such a fun thing for me. I love the CrossFit community, and I love this opportunity just to show myself and test because I haven't competed in such a long time. So even though my body was wrecked and I had a lot of stomach pain, I was constipated the whole time, and how all these physical just horribleness stuff happened to me. I am grateful for it because it kept me going, especially during my depression because my temperature was really bad at the time. And just to have a lot of support and people come out from the gym to watch me, that meant a lot because honestly, I wasn't expecting to have anybody do it and anybody come out and see me, but there was a lot of people, and I really just want to extend a big thanks to the CrossFit Egan community because all of you there really mean a lot to me, and I just want you to know that. So this was awesome. Quarterfinals 2022, I'm coming for you. We're gonna get better, and obviously I'm gonna do a lot more GHE sit-ups because I need to do them more frequently to not kill myself. So anyways, as always, my name is Tyler Rossmann. Thank you so very much for taking time out to watch. Really does mean a lot. Catch you on my next adventure. Peace out from the red chair outside. Watch out!